Yo, haha, Magnificent. What is good, YouTube? Your boy Magnificent coming back with another quick video. Today we got the LaMelo Ball MB02 series for the first time on our Magnificent channel, and I really wanted to go through this, at least this particular shoe, because after seeing the MB01 series, your boy kind of got excited about the MB02, but the reason why I haven't pursued it just yet, because I was waiting for the right colorway. What better colorway to bring on the Magnificent channel than the Rick and Morty? So if you notice what I've been doing, you've been seeing certain things on the Magnificent channel, such as the Rick and Morty Shibuis, at least the slides. If you haven't, go ahead and check that video out. I feel like these slides are very, very comfortable. That foam is everything. And if you see the previous videos out there, at least with the MB01 series, you know that the designer of Puma basically just did LaMelo's shoe, at least the first series, based off his leg tattoo with the flames. And of course, with the MB02, that is more so towards his, at least LaMelo, the wings tattoo that you see on his chest. So, with that said and done, boy, listen, I just got the Rick and Morty hoodie, and this hoodie feels so good. So good. So, got the hoodie, got the shirt. Now it's time to get the shoes. Now, by design, man, this shoe I was not able to get last year in terms of the Rick and Morty MB01 series. But from what I've been told, people have been telling me that this particular MB02 Rick and Morty is more defined and has more details than the MB01 series. Now, I know a lot of people like the colorway from last year, but this year is more so like it feels more like a Rick and Morty collaboration. So let's find out. Man, these colors pop. These colors pop. Now, I know a lot of people don't like mixing and matching, and of course, listen, the box in itself is nice. I just kind of wanted to go over that before we get in the shoes. It does have the mix and matching kind of fleet transformation for Rick on one side, Morty on the other. And you see that design of this box actually is pretty good. It's really good. And of course, you got the wings tattoo, at least the feathers. That seems to be the trend for the design. And then if you flip it on the back, you're going to see some sizing chart information, size 13. So now, let's get into the shoe. So, I've been a fan of the two color design, meaning, you know, one shoe you got one color, on one shoe you got another color. Some people like it, some people don't like it. But from what I understand, from a manufacturing standpoint, a lot of companies don't like to do this because the colors can give different types of comfort, right? So if a color shoe that's black may feel different from a color shoe that's blue based off the material utilized for each color. So it has to go through rigorous testing before it gets released. It's easier for companies to make pairs that have the same colorway so it can feel the same when it's on feet. When it's like this, you got to do some testing because, you know, at some point, maybe the color scheme for this, I think this was considered, I want to say electric green, but you got the yellow, you got the green, and in the mix of building these type of colorways, one can feel harder than the other. Dirty minds. But let's get straight into it, man. So when I see this, let's just start off with the materials. I feel a woven mesh. At least that's what it looks like. To me, it feels like a chain link, let's say TPU type of style mesh colorway. But the thing that stands out to me are Jeremy's, and he is the creator of this shoe. He decided to put some subtle messages on the shoe that I didn't even know existed. So in looking at these Rick and Morty shoes, I kept seeing the outsole over and over again, right? But then when it came to the medial side, I didn't realize that on the inside, you see one of one, okay? And then you also see rare, which is dope. And then by design, what they did was they split everything up. So when you're looking at this shoe, you're looking at Rick, and then when you're looking at this shoe, you're looking at Morty. And the thing about it is, I love the concept. I love what they did to represent Rick and Morty. So let me take this stuff out here because then you'll probably see some screenshots on alongside of me as I'm going through the review. But the thing that I noticed was the catchphrases that they put towards the each shoe. So in other words, if you have the Rick shoe, the Rick is going to say like his famous catchphrase, right? Wubba lubba. I can't say it without laughing. Wubba lubba dub dub, right? So you hear that from Rick on the actual show. He says that that's his catchphrase, and then they put Rick on the actual tongue as well as the insole. So that same graphic design that you're seeing right here, at least this is Morty, but this is Rick. So you're basically seeing the same picture or the same decals on the tongue as well as the insole. Same thing goes for the Morty shoe, right? It says get your together. And that is his catchphrase that he says a lot on the show. And that's also on the back of the actual tongue. And you can also see his face on the insole. Again, I'll have a picture, at least a still picture, so you can see what I'm talking about around here. But on the shoe itself, I felt like when they did the MB01 series, to me it felt like what they did is they took the support from the MB01 that was typically, in my opinion, on the midsole, and then they moved it to this, what they call TPU heel clip or heel plate that sits on the heel of each shoe. So it's like they moved the support from the midsole with nitro foam. I think they classified this as nitro infused foam on the midsole. And they just basically put it towards the back. And I had a chance to put the MB02 series on. And honestly, I felt like my foot was more sturdy than the MB01 series. And I know a lot of people are like, wait, what? Basically, when you play basketball, right? And if you're a basketball player, there are certain shoes you wear where if you cut too hard, it'll feel like your foot is swaying back and forth. And I felt like they did a great job in terms of the design where you don't really feel that. And I thought that when they did the MB01 series, they did a great job from keeping your foot from oversliding, if that makes sense. But, I thought by taking it away from design that, it might do that with this, and it actually doesn't. And I think that's where this lightweight mesh, or I want to say it's like a chain link mesh upper, kind of comes into play. It's breathability in a sense, but man, the one of the other things that I saw on the actual shoe was the holographic design that they put over top of that mesh. And you'll see it towards like the mud guard along the eye stays, and you see that it has that Rick and Morty design. If you turn this shoe into a certain light, and trust me, a lot of people play basketball under the bright lights, you'll definitely see it, and you'll see a sparkle design along the panels that they put on the actual feather of each side of the shoe. Now, I didn't see this based off pictures, but in seeing it like kind of up close and personal, you see the video right here of me showing you that this thing actually really does pop. In fact, both of them do. And when they hit a certain light, you'll see the speckle design all over the shoe. And that just, look, if you're looking for attention on the court, you play basketball, definitely people will be noticing. And it feels comfortable. I would say true to size, because some people are saying, you know what, honestly, not all people's feet are the same, and I get that, but I felt like putting this shoe on, I felt like I had more room towards the toe area. This one sits flat, at least the MB02 series sits more flat than the MB01 series. So you'll feel more comfort because they put a little bit more nitro. I want to say they put a little bit more nitro foam into this version than they did in MB01. I felt it, and you actually can see the foam pods that they put inside the actual insole. I think there's one on the forefoot and then one on the heel. I mean, this, by design, it just blows my mind that I didn't think I would like it as much based off the pictures, but it's one of those shoes that once you start looking at it more and paying attention to the details at the shoe, it kind of blows your mind. But continue on the shoe itself. Of course, you got mellow on the heel as well as that Wings tattoo, again, this tattoo is what's modeled for the actual shoe itself. So when you're looking at this, you're looking at feathers. And actually, when you're looking at that translucent outsole, if you look real carefully, because you'll see a feather pattern on the traction design. So it's, I don't know if you can see it this way. You may be able to see it this way. But this is like a feather pattern outsole. And then also it's rubberized. Of course, you see that rare right here with a hidden 1 of 1. And I picked up on this. In fact, I took a picture of the 101, and you'll see it right here. I kind of tried to draw it out so people can see it, but that's when you're looking at this, you're looking at both shoes by design, they're pretty much the same. It's just a different colorway, and I like the way that they're doing the color play that they're doing with these shoes. And the mix and match, in my opinion, listen, fan favorite of it, okay? LaMelo Ball and Puma, in my opinion, are changing the way we look at shoes. We look at traditional shoes. Shoes have to match. They have to be a certain colorway for you to kind of like them. But, I mean, let's face it. A lot of people like attention. And when you're on the court, for some people, they like to be seen, right? And that's not just on the court. That's off the court as well. So, you know, depending on what you're wearing and depending on how you rock things, you're going to be seen. You're going to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, comment below. Let me know what you think about the MB02 Rick and Morty's. I felt like by design, again, looking at the pictures, it was one thing. Seen in hand, it's completely different. And I definitely will be rocking these along with the hoodie. Can't wait to put the slides on when the weather gets better, hopefully. But from what I can see, man, look. They hit this design out the ballpark, and I'm actually glad that this is the first series. First colorway in the series on the Miltnificent channel for the MB02s. May have to look to see what they have later on down the line, but for now, it's Rick and Morty time for your boy Miltnificent. Your boy Miltnificent, man, I am out. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Let's do that on feet. And you guys, hold on. Stay blessed.